What's up guys, Kaizen here, back at it with another video. And today I'm going to be telling you guys how to know when you guys need to pull the trigger, even if there's an impulsive dump in the market or an impulsive pump and you want to short when there's an impulsive pump, or you want to long when there's an impulsive dump. So what I'm going to be covering today is something called confirmation order blocks, right? And so basically it's a process where you go and look at a higher time frame order block, and then you find a setup of that higher order block getting tapped into a lower time frame, and you just wait for a setup to form and you take that long. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So yeah, let's get into it. So as you can see, I'm on what we call replay mode, and we can see that this over here is a sweep, right? And this over here is our breakup structure. And how do we mark up our order block? Basically from the low to wherever our impulsive moves start, basically wherever our fair value gap started. As you can see, there's a big gap over here. So we're just gonna mark this up, extend this out. Let me just speed up this. Okay, so now let's just play this out. So this right here does not get tapped. Now if your block does not get tapped, right, and it creates another bullish leg, you look for another zone to get tapped. Like over here, we're gonna look for another zones to get tapped because it keeps making new bullish legs. So this one is invalidated because even if it comes over here later on, it's not valid. Anyways, let me pause this. So okay, so we can see over here the same thing is done. A sweep, right? A sweep over here and a break over here. Now we're gonna mark this up. We're gonna mark this up from the low. This is our low right here. This is where our fair value gap starts. We're just gonna mark this last green candle up over here, and we're just gonna extend this out. We can see we have some liquidity form over here, which means the market is probably gonna take that out and do something like this in our order block. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. So let's keep playing this. Let me lower down the speed. Okay, we're gonna pause that. So now we're on the 4-hour time frame, right? And now we're gonna go into the lower time frame and look for a setup. So now again, we're just gonna look for the same exact thing we have been looking for in our previous time frames on the higher time frames. So now what we're gonna look for is a sweep, right? Let me write that down. First will be a sweep, then a change of character, which means from the market goes from bullish, from bearish to bullish, or from bullish to bearish, basically change in order flow. And the next thing we're gonna look for is a valid order block with a fair value gap. So let's play this. So as you can see, we've been tapped in over here, and now we're just looking for a sweep and a break and a valid order block with a fair value gap. So that right there is our sweep, right? That over there is our break. You gotta make sure the break on the 1 hour, right, is not awake. It has how do I say this, a candle close above your last high, right? So we can see that candle has closed above. So now we're gonna go back into the 15 minutes, gonna look where we can get our entry from. So what I can see is, let me delete this over here. So what I can see is this low over here till this high. This is where our order block is right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have our entry right on our order block, stop loss at the low of the order block wherever it was formed. Now we can target all these highs up over here, right? Because all this movement you see right here, this is all liquidity. Let me just mark that up as a dollar sign so you guys know. Now we're just gonna see how this trade plays out. So now we can see like there were these lows, right, which were also counted as liquidity that needs to get taken out before coming into our zone. So yeah, let's keep this going. So there we go, we get tapped in, and now let's see how this plays out. So that right there, right, this high over here can be your TP1, right? You can set your stop loss break even, basically moving your stop loss to your entry price of the trade, and you just let it play out. We can see it's playing out, it's playing out. Speed this up. I came close to break even over there. Now you can take another TP over this last high as well, you know. So you would probably be up around 2 hour by now. So yeah, let's see, let's keep playing and see if we get the full TP. Okay, so that right there could have been around a 2 to 3 hour. So that is how you catch confirmation setups and basically catch a reversal even if there's an impulsive move down in the market.